Welcome to the MA Infrastructure sponsored Lions Lounge. I have no idea what infrastructure is, but if you need any, get on them boys because they're sponsoring us and they're red hot, believe me. I'm joined today by Frank Harper. Frank, for joining us, mate. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
Right, where do we start here?
I don't know, where do you want to start?
Not only a Millwall fan, only an actor, son of a Millwall player.
Yep.
Start at the very beginning. I know you won't remember a lot about it, obviously.
No, unfortunately, no, I don't. I think my dad signed pro for Millwall, I think it was 57. And I think he played till 65. Then he had a couple of seasons at Ipswich.
Yeah.
And then finished at Leighton Orient, which is, I remember him playing for Leighton Orient, vivid memories of that. I remember the night that Orient won the old third division. And him coming out of the dressing room and giving me his medals.
Oh, really? Which
my brother's now got, but I've got the Millwall one from the 61-62 season when they won the old fourth division. So.
Did he tell you stories of the old Den when he used to play?
Yeah.
Because obviously a lot of people who watch the channel won't remember the old Den.
Yeah, I mean it's. I once interviewed by Robert Elms at Listed London. He said, what was the best view in London? Was one of the questions, and I said, walking up the steps at the old Coblow Lane and looking at the pitch, it's just something really exciting about that, It's a lot of great memories from the old Den.
I remember I was only young, but even though I was a Millwall fan, it used to intimidate me going down. It was half a scary place just to be, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's. I mean, I suppose if you talk about celebrity Millwall fans, I mean, around the late '80s, I did a movie with Denzel Washington where he had to play a Falklands veteran, and the real life guy that the story was based on was a Millwall fan. So Denzel Washington has stood on the terrace at the old
Is he really?
Yeah? Yes, with
there you
me.
go.
So everyone says it's an urban myth, but I was standing with him. So yeah.
What do you make of it all?
He said he was very quiet for about half an hour, and he said, "I know why they call it the Lions Den, Frank." I went, "What's that, mate?" He said, "This must be the closest you'd ever get to the atmosphere inside the Colosseum in Rome in its heyday."
Oh, that's unbelievable to hear. But I mean, you say your old mate, when you was things now with footballers now, if you're the son of a footballer, it's like, gee, was it a little bit less low key then? People going, and your old man's a footballer.
It was a big deal.
Was it still then?
Yeah, it was a big deal back then. It's like, when you're kids, you had these arguments like, my dad's bigger than yours.
Yeah.
Well, saying that my dad played for Millwall was like dropping the atom bomb.
Yeah, it's a winner, you can't beat it.
Can't beat that, especially playing up in South London. So, where I grew up, it was a big deal, because where I grew up in Downham.
Yeah.
It was a big Millwall area. So
yeah.
It's a lot. It was different. It was different. The fact that I remember in the school holidays, my dad taking me to pre-season training when he was at the Orient. So it was different than what other kids had.
What getting to do, yeah.
So it was always unusual. It was always a big deal that my dad.
He scored in the FA Cup once, didn't he? Against Fulham.
Yeah, the famous goal against Fulham. Yeah, it's that was the other Robert Elms question is, if you could go back in history, where would you go back to? And I think it'd be to the Den that night. My dad scored that goal. Although it was before substitutes, so he was injured. So they stuck him up front because he was limping basically. He was injured, and he scored the winning goal. Bearing in mind at the time, Millwall was in the fourth division. Fulham were in the old first division.
Yeah.
A lot of England international like Johnny Haynes, George Cohen, people like that, and evidence, because I've got the photo, says he was inside the 6-yard box when he scored. Although over the years,
further out.
It was a volley from 40 yards out over the years. Per time when he told the story, right. So it got further and further out. Although Barry Rowan's always upset that he scored the other goal that night. It's never talked about.
Oh really? Yeah. He
complains about that every time I see him in the. At the Den, he said, everyone forgets I scored the other goal that night. And there you go. So, Barry, you scored the other goal. Well done, pal.
But it's Frank's day today, so back. So you, when you was moving around, was it like you moved around? You had to go Ipswich, had up routes and move, or?
We lived in Ipswich for 2 years, but I don't remember that. I do remember vaguely. I remember Bill McGarry the Ipswich manager, coming round the house. For some reason I remember that. But no, I pretty much grew up in the same house, really, apart from them 2 years.
Did your old man try and push you into being a footballer?
No,
that's my old man pushed me, and he wasn't even a footballer. He's a roofer, but he was desperate for me to be a player.
I think even you see it. I mean, you see it a lot in my profession where people are trying to live their lives with their children. And even back then, my dad, because I was playing football as a schoolboy, my dad had always complained about these parents doing my head in. But because he'd done it, there wasn't that sort of
pressure. You got to do it because I never made it. He did make it, so
do what you want to do. It's a little bit more easy going actually.
And obviously, you didn't get. Was you any good at football?
Well, it depends who you talk to, really, isn't it? I played to a reasonable standard up until I left school. I played with a lot of players that went on to have really good careers. I played with Tony Cascarino, Andy Townsend, Paul Walsh.
He's from William.
Danny Wallace. So I played with quite a few players that went on to have Pat Van den Hauer played. So there's quite a few players that did go on and have careers.